Good morning and welcome to Manic Fishing. Right, I'm on my way down to Terry's at JIGBITE to have a look and see if I can buy a slow jig setup.
Yeah, that's the jigging section there. So there's some titaniums down there and lots of Japanese stuff. That's my JIGBITE range.
And you can, these are your own?
They're all my own,
yeah.
Which I can talk to you
yeah.
about.
Yeah, they're similar to.
At the moment.
Are they? Yeah.
They're a better price than all the others that you see out there.
Well, I want to get some. A few while I'm here, and perhaps a bag. And I like that idea of the wrap that you hold it on, because I just sort of put the jig through the eye, which is not. Wrap, yeah, it's not very good thing to do, is it?
Yeah, that's.
And this is all the braid and fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
Is that the fluorocarbon you'd recommend rather than my? Because I don't.
Nothing wrong with what you've got.
And
not for UK stuff.
No.
It's fine. I do like the Shimano, as I said, because it's a good price and it's a decent fluoro. It's quite a low diameter.
Yeah.
It's decent stuff. Yeah. So, no. So what I was going to say, we do a thing called a blank say, which is just that, which doesn't look much, but when you look on the bottom of most of these slow pitch, you haven't got anything here.
No.
So when that's in the rod holder, it's going rattle, and you're scuffing on.
Yes, I mean my Tenrus, literally, I changed my rod holders recently because when I got my boat, I chopped all the bottom bits off of so that the rods would go right through, because I fish with conger, and obviously it's sharp, and all of my Tenru rods have all got like little chafe marks out, but I will be careful. Right. So but what does that do?
There's a rod over here that's actually got one on, because this comes with it, but just similar. All it is it clamps around the bottom like this with bands, and you just slide that slides up and down. So wherever that, because obviously all the rod holders,
and that's not going to hamper you, is it? No, you can just move that out of the way, can't you?
Move it down a bit.
Yeah. So when you put that in a rod holder, that's
at the top. So it's like that.
Yeah.
And because that's obviously the part that's going to scratch. Scuff up the rod.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I always wash my reels down and everything else, but I don't really. I'm not too bothered about scratches. I don't want to scratch it. It's a bit like my car when I first got it. It was lovely and clean, and now it is literally
you want to rinse down the guides, of course.
Yes, I always wash the eyes down, and the eyes on this rod are quite nice. I mean, I'm used to sort of a Fuji sort of thing.
They are Fuji 6.
Are they? Yeah.
That's okay. So there's two little elastic loops there. Oops.
And will we be able to put that on?
So this goes.
Oh, I'm cheeky.
That simply goes on there.
Yeah.
He says there's two sides. That's it. That's on there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we were talking about these jigs. These are the best that I'm going to be wanting for.
Yeah, what have you got there? You got those. That's a 200.
I got one 200, and I got one 250 just in case if I did need to get that bigger option. But that rod will comfortably work that.
It will work a 250. You are going to notice that it's going to be kind of at its limit. You're not going to pitch fast with it. You have to pitch it a bit slower.
But the 200 will be fine.
200 will be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And all of these lighter ones, absolutely. You got another 200 there.
Yeah.
And 150, 100, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. And that's to hold the lure on the rod, so that it's protected, stops it swinging around.
The amount of times you see people and they got the 1,000 or whatever, 500 pounds worth of rod sitting there in the rod holder, and the jigs hanging out and about, and you've got this. As I've said, it's high in carbon, and carbon doesn't like an impact.
No.
So you've got a jig going crashing about that.
And I must admit, I am one of these people who do clip it on there. I know.
No.
I know. I know, I do that with my 10 roos, and I bought one of these things that you clip on here and you can clip it onto, but I saw that when I looked on your website. I did see that those bags that you got, and I think that'd be good.
There's not a lot on here to actually, when the reel's on it, you've probably got enough for it to actually just clamp around that bit. It'll be a bit loose at the top, but it will still, the bag will.
I mean, I'll be honest, when I'm steaming along, I wouldn't have it set up anyway when I'm getting out, but once I'm sort of going round the wreck and that, it's just nice just to clip it on and then it's safe.
Bear with me.
Okay, it's no worries. Now, I'm in the lion's den here. I'm at Terry's at JIGBITE, and I'm going to purchase this rod, which is a sea-floor control jam. It's absolutely like the Rolls Royce. This is the last one he's got, and I'm going to pick up this sexy Shimano Oshar jigger, and this has got a full control on it. I'll talk it through. As I said, I'm no expert at this, but Terry is. Now, I've sort of shown you around the bits and pieces that I've got going on here. He's got loads and loads of stuff, so I'll try and get a small video out of this. I'm going to be looking at some different hooks. He's also told me about using these split rings instead of so you put that onto your leader instead of like I use a lure clip for my lure fishing. But he's just coming back in now. We'll talk to him about a couple of other jigs. Is that your parcel?
7 rods gone.
Okay. And what do you think about the longer jigs there then? Was there anything that I would need or not? No, I mean not these massive great things, because I can't see.
No, you don't really want to go with those. But no. I've got this range here, max. So this jig here, this one jig. These are in the long one. I'll show you the long ones. Then that there is one jig. It just starts at 80 grams and they get heavier right up to 330. So it's all the same shape, different colours, different weights. That to me is the #1 jig. Yeah. Anyway, they're just amazing.
Do yours mimic those? Are they
to a point they do, but these just work. Wherever I'm fishing, that's always my first jig out the bag. Yeah. In the UK or overseas. That bass on the image was actually.
I like that colour. And will that get down fast? This one? Like in a higher tide?
It will soon flutter. Yeah. It will flutter. If you want one that sinks a little bit faster in a 200 gram, it's one of these. They're all 200 grams, just different colours. It's that kind of thing. Yeah. But you, in your experience, you would say that probably a 180 would be perfectly fine. It's about as high as I normally go off Brighton, unless you've got a lot, wind against tide or a tide that's probably like too big for slow pitch anyway.
Like
that's one of
And do these come with assist hooks then?
No, they don't. Okay. I've got the assist hooks separately though. Okay. So they do work out more expensive. That as a jig without a hook is without an assist is about the same price as my own with an assist. Yeah, yeah. And what is similar to that, which is this thing here, these ones here? Longer, slimmer is the 08, which you've already got. Yeah, they sink quite fast.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I've got the 08s.
Okay, and your assist hooks, are they adjustable, or are they about the same right size for that?
Yeah, what you do, you buy whatever a 102, 030 hook size, and then they've got different length cord. Okay. So that's the assist. So for that hook, that jig, sorry, you'd want in 180 gram, you'd want a 20. You probably want a 2 centimetre cord so that it comes down. Okay. So if I got so there's 4 in there, isn't there? So I'd need 2 on each, would I? 2 on each jig. This here gives you
4 hooks.
2 pairs.
Yeah.
So enough for 2 jigs.
Okay. And they always go
on
to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the eye. Right. So if I get 1 pack of them, I quite like.
One of them you've got a spare.
Yeah, I quite like that colour.
That is ultra glow. If you look at the back. You're talking about high glow, you would have a look at that at night.
Is it great? Yeah.
Quite amazing.
So I might take that, and I think I like that pink.
Yeah, that's the 2 high glow ones that you do.
Okay, and I'll take those and that those other assist hooks.
I think if you can restrict that falls, don't let them turn and flutter, they do sink fairly fairly well.
And
They go down
that
fairly
I can achieve that by putting this.
with the full lever.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to have to play about with that.
Yeah.
And so I get it. So I suss it out.
You want to restrict it enough that it's not going to start to
So really
flare.
and truthfully, I want to let that down, sort of at least 3/4 of the way down to the bottom, and then I can take that off, so that it's fully.
Oh yeah.
Probably. But
yeah,
it's not going to
probably.
slow it down like putting a lever drag on. So it's not going to.
You can almost stop it with that lever.
Could
I
you?
think. Yeah. So depending on how much pressure you put on the lever.
Yeah. It's
how much you progress the lever is how much.
So it's just really about playing about with it.
It's just a brake. Really.
Yeah.
They call it a full lever, but it's so it's just braking, slowing it down.
So I mean, I'll be honest with you. I chuck all my jigs in a box, and obviously they bang about, and the paint comes off, and whatever else. I'm sure. What's the best thing for me to put?
I put mine in one of my Neo rolls, which are also about the best value.
Okay.
I've got something like one of these. Oops. That.
Yeah.
Medium size. It's got 10 pockets.
Yeah.
You've got 5 narrow ones and 5 that are slightly wider for the wider jigs.
Yeah, and they'll fit all of mine in there.
All of them will fit in there. And just to show you, this is a small size, but this is what it is. So you've got your pockets.
Yeah.
So your jigs fit in here.
Yeah.
You don't have to, I mean, the JIGBITE ones are already rigged. So just be a bit careful if you're going to put them in when they're rigged, because you're going to get the hooks all tangled and everything everywhere. But if they're unrigged, you haven't got a problem at all.
No.
You just drop them straight in there like that, and then you literally roll it up, and that goes on there, and all your jigs are kept. If I'm going out, I don't normally rig everything.
No.
I rig the first 2 jigs that I think I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Which I will start with, which ironically is always one of them and something else.
Yeah.
And then as the day progresses, I'd probably keep the assist and just change the jig.
Yeah, yeah. And with that,
it's the same size.
With that jig that we've just looked at, then the one that hasn't got the hook already on, do I need to buy another ring? Because these have got the hook ring on, and then that.
Yeah, you
ring.
want a small. I thought you said you had some small rings.
I've got those ones in there. Those.
They're a bit big.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll take a packet of them as well.
I need my glasses. Lighters are better than these. So you want. Just. That's a size 6.
Yeah. Okay.
They're decoys as well.
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
They've got a coating, so they're very slow to. Well, they don't rust. But
no. Okay.
Just remember, this one's unpacked. It might.
Yeah. No problem.
Slide out when you.
Yeah. Okay. So, and is there anything else you think that I would need to start with?
You've got rod, reel, line, you've got your leader, you've got your rings, and you've got those jigs. That's you set up.
Okay, all right then. And you've obviously is that my reel?
Yeah, you can take that one.
Okay.
We've got to go and put the line on it.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. Fantastic. And the braid that we're going to use is.
The braid is this stuff here. This Silk Ocean, I was saying on the phone, it's just amazing stuff. This is the 1.5, which is actually 30.7 £, braking strength.
Yeah.
I'll show you how thin the 1.5 is.
Oh yeah, it's much finer than mine, and it's only like half a. Yeah, it does seem a lot finer than mine.
Half a PE.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the PE is purely diameter. People
and that
think
has metre marks on that.
Every 10 metres it changes colour.
Oh, okay.
You'll notice that when you're winding it on.
Yeah.
And I've already put some mono backing on that because it's so fine. You need about 25% of your spool filled up with backing.
And how much is this?
300 metres is at the moment $39.99, but it is a premium braid, so unfortunately it will be going up in price.
Yeah.
I've got no control over that because
I mean, I pay
cost prices
3 times the amount for the stuff I use, and the thing is that that's good for a whole year. and then could you reverse that line?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, it depends how many times you use it, of course, and whether you wash it down and you know, wash the reel down.
But I mean, what a lot of people don't do is they don't reverse their line, and really, when I'm sort of, especially with my lure stuff, and I'm only fishing in, you know, 100 foot of water, I'm not even touching the stuff at the back.
You're only using the top.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Top, a little bit of seepage, whether the salt water will actually seep through.
And do you think that is this fluorocarbon less diameter than the stuff that I am using?
That neopink I wouldn't necessarily recommend. It's quite expensive stuff. It's very hard. It's amazing fluoro, but it's very hard. It's more. That's more for my blue water stuff.
Yeah. So
the bigger sizes.
So the Seagull I'm using.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, that's
perfectly
fine.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right then. Well, we can wind the line on and yeah. Well, thanks for explaining how to, you know, how you sort of pitch them, use those rods, and like you say, it's just really about playing around with it, innit? And,
it is,
and getting my own technique, but sort of little bursts of pulling it up, and you know, how would you?
It's not like you literally
smooth and steady,
and it's up, but you want to lift it enough, fast enough that you're going to bring that jig through the water, and then at the end, I can't do it in here because of the ceiling, but at the end you've almost flick it. Yeah. Because what then happens is
and it kicks that jig up.
The rod loads as you're lifting, and then as you do that final kick, put that little bit more in it, and then the recoil in the rod is enough to make that jig come up in the water and then just flick sideways. And
you want to have that slack line as such. You know, you don't want to be following. You know, you do follow your rod down, but you want to have that line so that jig is fluttering, isn't it?
The last thing you do is restrict the fall of the jig, so you don't wait and literally just lower the jig. You don't do that. No,
because obviously then you're going vertical up, vertical down,
exactly.
aren't you?
You're not when the jig's probably not turning and fluttering. Then. If you've got any bend in the rod when you're lowering it, then
you're not doing it right. Yeah.
But adversely, you also don't want to quickly just drop it,
and then
you end up with a big loop of slack that blows over the top, and then you run the risk of your rings getting tip wrap.
Yeah.
But just follow it, just pitch it, and then I watch it all the time. I watch what it's doing, and when you do it often enough, you almost know what that line's going to do. Yeah.
I mean, I know that when I've tried the slow pitching with my 10-roo rods, and also I've got that Casterman braid, which isn't ideal for it. It often goes round the tip, and it's like I'm messing about like that. I mean, I'm a great believer is that you should have a rod to work what you're using. That my setups are for using soft plastics and lead heads, and they don't. I have caught fish this way, but it's not. That's mine are not slow pitch rods.
Yeah, casting braid will be, by the nature of a casting braid, it will be a little bit softer, a little bit more supple. So there's more tendency for the wind to blow it, to flail it around. The jigging braid is a little bit stiffer because you don't want that just going all limp in the water.
No.
You want it to cut through the water like cheese wire. But it will still happen, and it's still, you know. I can preach and preach and preach, but you daydream after a while when you're having that. And if you're not watching, be careful. That's all. If you're watching all the time, it shouldn't happen. But
no.
I daydream just as much as everybody else.
No, I think I'm going to get the bug on it, and as I said, it's you know, that rod and that reel setup is a dream made in heaven.
Yeah, this is, like I said, this is not your off-the-shelf rod. I mean, this is a proper seafloor control, top high end. Yeah, incredible. As you can feed. Yeah, I'm almost sorry to see it go because it's the last one.
Yeah, I'm glad I ran when I did, but. All right then, Terry. Well, thank you so much for showing me it, and we'll get the line on there, and then hopefully next time I'm out, we'll hopefully see some fish coming. Right, so I'm just winding on. Terry's kindly done all the back inside of it, so he's worked it out. Look, exactly what we need. So I've just got myself back home, back from Terry's. Got my reel on, put my leader on. I'm absolutely made up with this. So, rod, reel. I've got all my bits and pieces, and I've got all my stuff in the rig wallet ready to go. I've sort of fumbled around on my lure rods using it. That's the rod for this game, and that reel. So next time you see me, I'll be out hopefully getting a few big ones over the side. Thanks for watching Manic Fishing. At the end of the video you see a prompt for another video. That'll be the video you want to see. That'll be me using this rod, and then you'll see my Manic Fishing logo. Hit that logo at the end, that's my subscribe button. Thanks for watching, have a wonderful day.